Hey guys, welcome back to the English Gentleman Gamer with me, Roscoe, and this is another retro review. This time it's Rock and Roll Racing on the Super Nintendo. Just a little caveat, if you think I spend all my time reviewing Super Nintendo games, that's because I've got so many Super Nintendo games to bring to you. Basically, it's the console that I owned, and there's a lot of games I remember fondly from there, so I have a large catalogue of games I wanted to bring to you first before I move on to other systems. There's not many games that didn't appear on both the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive. I mean, some exceptions obviously, like Sonic the Hedgehog spring to mind, and Alex Kidd, which I do intend to play at some point, likes of Golden Axe, obviously because they were Sega games. And that being said, I'm also decided to do a little series, if you will, to try and find the Super Nintendo's best racing game. For this first review rather is Rock and Roll Racing. I'll also bring you F-Zero, and I've also recorded some footage of a game called Street Racer. I'll bring you Mario Kart, only for the sake of showing you that I'm not completely biased, even though I don't really like Mario Kart, to be honest. But anyway, enough of that, on with the review of Rock and Roll Racing. Now, what I like about Rock and Roll, I always liked the isometric racing games. I've also reviewed Super RC Pro in the past on Super Zap Gaming. I enjoyed that game. Obviously this one's on Super Nintendo, so it's got colour and the graphics are better and the sound's better. Now, the one thing that made this game stand out the most for me when it was released was the fact that, I'm not sure they were officially licensed, I wouldn't like to say, but it had a very good heavy metal soundtrack. Born to Be Wild, Ace of Spades, stuff like that. And there's one distinction. So the audio on this game is very, very good. It's also got, I mean, comparing it to Street Racer that I played at the same time as this, which has pretty crappy audio, to be honest. There's digitised speech in this, kind of telling you when your opponents or yourself are about to blow up and stuff, so the sound is very, very good. The sound was one of the Super Nintendo's stronger points over the Mega Drive or Genesis, depending on which side of the Atlantic you're on. But this game has got much superior audio to the likes of Mario Kart and Street Racer, in my opinion. Graphic wise, I don't think, there's only 4 cars on track, there's not a massive amount going on. The speed's pretty good. The cars handle differently, at least when you upgrade them and stuff. Graphically, it's not, I don't think it's really pushing the Super Nintendo a large amount, but it serves a purpose. I mean, those little spiky things that I keep driving over, I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. That's me winning the first race. You do get, gameplay wise, it's a racing game. You know, you can upgrade stuff. At some point I do upgrade my engine, you can buy better tyres. The one thing I don't do that you see occasionally is the opponents have, and I didn't buy, weapons. Once you get a few quid in the bank, you can buy a lot of pulse rifle rounds, whatever you want to call them, as me driving over some mines. There's the green flashes there, is one of the opponents shooting you. They do add a bit of spice to it. I mean, obviously, you know, to get to the end, you're going to need to have a fully maxed out car. I did own this. I did finish it. The other thing I like about this game is there's some quite good not cheats, but it uses a password system. And not long after it came out, a password was brought out where you got like $1 million and the best car and all this sort of stuff. And there's hidden drivers. There's one of them called Olaf from a game called The Lost Vikings, if anyone remembers that. A game I've never actually played, in fairness, but I do remember the Olaf character being around. And gameplay wise, like I say, it's a driving game. You drive around different tracks, you try and win, you try and pick up money, and when you win, you can upgrade your car. So I've covered sound, the graphics, the gameplay, replay value, I'm not sure. I'll be honest, I wouldn't go and buy it now, and I certainly, of all the games I could play, I probably wouldn't sit and play this all the way through again. I might have got the occasional blast. That's the thing about the password cheat thingy. For me, once I've finished it, my approach to cheats is that I do make an effort to finish a game without cheating, to see it how the developer initially wanted it. Like GoldenEye in Nintendo 64, I did finish that without cheating, and then a couple of years after I finished it, Rare finally coughed up the cheats to allow, because I could never get access to the final 2 levels that everyone knew were there. That's me winning the second race. I always had the 2 empty black spaces on the level select, so I cheated my way to get them. cheating my way to infinite ammo and stuff. So it did kind of give it a new lease of life. That's the way I approach cheats. Is I always make an effort to play a game properly without cheating first, and then I'll have a go. Once I've done everything I can do without cheating, if there's a cheat that I think will improve the game or renew my enthusiasm to play it, then I'll give it a go. Like in this one, the one with the $1 million, you can just sit there and buy thousands and thousands of rounds for your gun, and you just sit and blow the shit out of everyone. So from that point of view, it was quite good. As far as the actual racing goes, I think it's pretty good. I don't like Mario Kart. The reason being, Mario Kart isn't a racing game, in my opinion. It's a combat game, because no matter what system you play on, whether it's DS or the Wii or the Super Nintendo or the Nintendo 64, the first cup, or the mushroom cup, whatever it's called, is usually quite easy. You don't need to play dirty. The computer doesn't play particularly dirty to win. But once you start getting onto the higher ones, if you're in the lead, certainly on the last lap, as you begin the last lap, then basically you become the target of everyone else's Cooper shells or whatever you want to call them. And it's just not. It's not down to racing ability, that game. It's down to pot luck. I mean, I found the most reliable way to win on Mario Kart is to actually be in last place at the beginning of the last lap and just pray you get some shells and blast your way through everything. Because I don't think I'm not saying Mario Kart's a bad game. I just don't personally like it. Yeah, Mario Kart isn't about skill, in my opinion, but anyway, that's another issue. I'll get over that when I get to the Mario Kart review. To sum up, I'd probably give this game 7 or 8 out of 10. It's not the best graphically on the Super Nintendo. It's one of the better sound ones. The gameplay is, I hesitate to use the word accurate, but for me, I find it easy to race, and not necessarily easy to win, but it's not purely down to the amount of the people who get the most rockets or whatever. There's actually quite a lot of skill involved in this, and there's quite a high replay value. So Rock and Roll Racing gets 8 out of 10 from me. Anyway, I'm going to do the audio for the Street Racer review now, so hopefully I'll bring that up shortly after I do this one. But until then, guys, take it easy, and I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.